We're now joined by Mr. Ashish Bhasin, co-founder and chairman RDNX. Hello, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today. My first question to you is, what, in your view, are the top three trends when we talk about digital marketing in India?
Well, I think there is a sea change that is happening in digital marketing, and that's bringing with it a lot of complexity. I think the biggest trend is going to be that you have to simplify the complex. We've made too many silos, and with the result, and the consumer is not confining herself to one silo, but the marketing people are, the advertising agencies are. So we need to move into an era where there is a platform of platforms that breaks these silos and gives you access across. And I think that's going to be the whole simplification, transparency, measurement, etc. That's going to be perhaps one of the biggest trends. I think the other trend that's going to be is that this is the first year where I feel digital will overtake television as a medium in India. Globally, it's already more than two-thirds of the entire market. Now, the moment numbers like these start happening, it becomes of great interest to, for example, FMCG companies, etc., who need large reach. So we're going to see, let's say, a total TVization of digital, if I might say so. Communication, for example, will have to be created even in digital in languages, because the next 250, 300 million Indians who are going to come onto the internet are not coming from Mumbai, Calcutta, Bengaluru, Chennai, Delhi, etc. Right? They're going to be coming from tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 towns. So there's going to be a localization of digital communication, which we haven't seen thus far. And I think that's going to be a real big trend. And of course, everybody is very excited about Chat GPT. I think while that's really very interesting, but the bigger learning from there is that generative AI is going to become hugely crucial, because a lot of things which today we spend a huge amount of effort and time in trying to do and predict is probably going to start happening in seconds. So you will find applications developing on that, particularly with the advent of 5G, which is now being rolled out. And yesterday's budget further sort of, they're setting up 100 centers to work on developing apps around 5G, etc. I think you'll see India taking advantage of the 5G rollout with the combination of generative artificial intelligence, and that will bring a whole new complexion and complexity to digital marketing.
Thank you so much, sir. You've covered most of the questions that I had in mind, but specifically, I wanted to quickly check with you. How do you think digital marketing is influencing customer engagement?
It's influencing in every possible way, but the key thing is who do you define as the customer? We are actually working with two Indias, as somebody famously said, and here the division is by age. The digital native customer is very different from the non-digital native customer like me, for example, right? So it depends on what age group you are in. For the digital natives, which is a large customer base and which is going to be the bigger and bigger customer base, they live their life there. So it's exactly going to start influencing it like how any other media influenced any other consumer in the era gone by. And I don't think we as marketers or agencies or practitioners of advertising have yet imbibed that, because we've grown up in such a, broadcast era. It's becoming hard for some of us to recognize that, but that's the reality which is staring us in our face.
And what are your thoughts on this Digi Plus Fest 2023 organized by ET Brand Equity? What are the highlights of this?
Well, I think it's a very good effort, and I think we need many more of these. One of the problems in advertising, at least, and which is very related to marketing, has been that we have underinvested in technology. AdTech, while we talk about, is none of the agency groups have really seriously invested in it, for example. I think the future belongs to platform-led advertising. The future belongs to needs heavy investment in ad tech and martech to come together to form what I call as mad tech, right? Because you can't have a scenario where you're in silos, your ad tech is not talking to your martech, and so on and so forth. So efforts like these help bridge those gaps, and I think not just ET Brand Equity, but I hope many other people put in their best efforts, because if the ecosystem develops, everybody benefits.
That's all from Mr. Bhasin for now. Stay tuned as we get you more speakers throughout the next 2 days at Digi Plus Fest 2023. Thank you so much.